Good morning, students. Today we'll start with properties of soil. Properties of soil. You listed some use of soil. Buju and Paheli marked two different squares of 50 centimeters, and they did this activity. What is percolation? Percolation is where the water seeps into the soil or goes into the soil or gets absorbed by the soil. It's very important. Because of this property only we get underground water because of percolation. Nowadays percolation is coming lesser and lesser because of cement roads, white tapping of roads. Cement roads or white tapping of roads. Okay. So we will do this experiment. Buju and Paheli mark two squares 50 centimeter and 50 centimeter, one on the floor of their house and other on the unpaved road. They fill two bottles with the same size of water. At the same time using two squares. They observed the water on the floor flowed down, was not observed on the Kacha road. The water was observed. This shows that water gets percolated in soil. From this activity we can divide ourselves into three teams A, B, C. You will be finding out how fast the water passes down the soil. You will need a hollow cylinder and pipe. Ensure the team uses pipes of the same diameter and use pipes, and you measure the percolation capacity. How to measure the percolation rate? Percolation rate is amount of water observed divided by percolate taken time. For example, if 200 ml is observed in 20 minutes, then the percolation is 10 ml per minute. Percolation is very important. It recharges the underground soil. Underground water. Moisture. Have you passed through a hot farmland in a hot summer day? Perhaps you notice that the air above the land is shimmering. Why is it so? Take a boiling tube, put 2 spoonfuls of soil sample and heat on the flame. Observe it. We see water droplets. How do you find the water droplets? On heating, water in the soil evaporates and moves up and condenses on the cooler inner wall of the upper part of the boiling tube. On a hot summer day, the vapor coming out of the soil reflects the sunlight and the air above the soil seems to shimmer. After heating the soil, take out of the tube, compare it with the soil which has not been heated. Note the difference between two. Next, absorption of water by soil. Do all the soil absorb water to the same extent? Let us find out. Take a plastic funnel, take a filter paper and place it as shown in the figure. Like this you should place the filter paper. Okay. Weigh 50 gram of dry powdered soil and pour it into the funnel. Measure a certain amount of water in a measuring cylinder and pour it drop by drop on the soil. You can use a dropper for this purpose. Do not let all the water fall at one spot. Pour water all over the soil. Keep pouring till the starts dripping. Subtract the amount of water left in the measuring cylinder. This is the amount of water retained by the soil. Record your results in the notebook. Weight of the soil is 50 gram. Initial volume of water in measuring cylinder is U ml. Final volume of the water is V ml. Volume of water absorbed by the soil is U minus V ml. Weight of the water absorbed by the soil is U minus V is equal to G. 1 ml of water is equal. So the 1 ml of water is equal, weight equal to 1 gram. U minus V into 100. So you should do some experiment. You should find out which soil has the highest percolation rate, which soil would have lowest percolateral size. Bujo heard from her neighbor that after 8 to 10 days after rain, the level of the water in a pond or a well rises. Which type of soil will allow water to reach a well faster and in amount. Which type of soil retains the highest amount of water? Which retains the least? Soil and crops. Different types of soil are found in different parts of the India. In some parts there is clayey soil, in some parts there is loamy soil. Soil is affected by wind, rainfall, temperature, light, humidity. These are some important climatic factors which affect the soil profile and bring changes in the soil structure. The climatic factor as well as the components of soil determine various type of vegetation and crop that you may grow in any region. With soil for crops is very important because different type of soil are found in different areas, and in some parts there is clayey soil, in some parts there is loamy soil, in some parts there is soil. Soil gets affected by wind, rainfall, temperature, light and humidity. So the factors which affect soil are wind, rainfall, temperature, light and humidity. These are some of the climatic factors which affect the soil profile and bring us changes in the soil structure as well as components of the soil. The components of soil determine various types of vegetation and crops that may grow in any region. Clayey and loamy soils are both suitable for growing cereals like wheat, gram. Such soils are good in retaining water. For paddy, soils rich in clay and organic matter have good capacity to retain water are ideal. For lentils and other pulses, loamy soils which drain water easily are required. For cotton, sandy loam or loam which drains water easily. So different crops require different kind of soil. Like I told, different kind of soil produce different kind of vegetation. Clayey and loamy soils are very much suitable for growing cereals like wheat and gram. Such soils are good at retaining water. For paddy, soils rich in clay and organic matter and have a good capacity. For paddy, soils rich in clay and organic matter which have good capacity to retain water. For lentils and other pulses, loamy soils which drain water easily are required. For cotton, sandy loam or loam is required to drain water easily. And can hold plenty of air are more suitable. Crops such as wheat are grown in fine clayey soils because they are rich in humus and are very fertile. Find from your teachers what different types of soil and grown and in your area. What kind of we will try and do. We'll start from again once again. Today we have started with the moisture in soil. Like I told, soil contains water. When you heat soil, the air above that shimmers. Perhaps you notice that air above the land is shimmering. Why is it so? On heating, the water in the soil evaporates and moves up and condenses on the cooler inner walls of the upper part of the boiling tube. On a hot summer day, the vapor coming out of the soil reflects the sunlight and the air above the soil seems to shiver. After heating the soil, take it out of the tube and compare. Soil absorb water. Different soils absorb different amount of water. You have to do experiment and try to calculate. Experiment and try and calculate. Let a moist there will be moisture in soil. Absorption of water by soil also we can measure. Next we'll go for soil and crops. Different types of soil are found in different parts of India. In some parts there is clayey soil, in some parts there is loamy soil, in some parts there is sandy soil. Different kind of soil are help different kind of crops to grow. Different kind of soil help different kind of crops to grow. How is soil affected? Soil is affected by wind, rainfall, temperature, light and humidity. These are some important climatic factors which affect the soil pressure and profile and brings the changes in soil structure. The climatic factors as well as the components of soil determine the various types of vegetation and crops that may grow in any region. Clayey and loamy soil are both suitable for growing cereals like wheat and grasses. Soil are good at retaining water. Clayey and loamy soil. For paddy, soil rich in clay and organic matter. In clay and organic matter having good capacity to retain water are ideal. For lentils, loamy soils which drain water, or for cotton, sandy loam which drain water easily and can hold plenty of wear are more suitable. We will go for a case study. Rashida and Radha went to a Leela Dar Dada and Santosh Malviya of Sohagpur in Madhya Pradesh. Leela Dar Dada was preparing the soil to make items like surahai, matki, kalla. The following is the conversation they had with Leela Dar Dada. Dada, we brought back black soil from a piece of barren land. How is the soil prepared? Dada. Dry soil will be placed in a large tank and would be cleaned of pebbles. After removing this, the soil will be soaked for around 8 hours. This soil would be kneaded after mixing horse dung. The kneaded soil would be placed on the wheel and given appropriate shape. The final shape is given with the hand. The items are colored after 3 days of drying and all the items are baked at high temperature after drying in the air. Why is hard dung mixed with the soil? Burnt hard dung opens up the pore in the soil so that water could percolate out of matkas and surahis, evaporate and cools inside. You know that Sohagpuri surahis and matkas are favored in far off places like Jabalpur, Nagpur and Allahabad. Loamy soil drains the water easily. Sandy loam even can hold are more suitable. Crops such as wheat are grown in fine clay soils because they are rich in humus and are very fertile. Crops such as wheat are grown in refined clay soils because they are rich in humus and are very fertile. Rich in soil. What there are many properties of soil. Soil can percolate, help percolate. Soil can absorb moisture. Soil gets heated up and shimmering. Soil, different type of soil help in growing different kind of crops. Different type of soil help in growing different kind of crops. Soil is affected by wind, rainfall, temperature, light and humidity. These are some important climatic soil profile and bring us changes in for lentils. What is the difference between rate of percolation and amount of water retained? Seem to have forgotten what you read earlier. Go and reread a lesson again, you will find the answer.